sometimes feel like bolts of lightning hitting us or major shifts. And I'm in the final throes, like literally the final moments, of completing a PhD on transformational education, particularly as it affects the performance side of our work. And one of the things I know, because I'm all over the theory, because I'm writing about it every day, is that transformational education by its very nature is uncomfortable. The major learning happens outside the comfort zone. So as I keep adding in layers of technology for the bowls are easy. The bowls, beautiful, long, deep held memories of how to play the bowls. But the technology, as I keep adding in layers and layers of technology, that's more ding to me. So today, we have had an example of me publicly experiencing transformational education. We've got 3 bowls for you today that we're going to have a look at, because sometimes when energy shifts are happening, we can lose connection with our bodies. And I'm a big one for grounding into our bodies. A lot of people talk about grounding into the earth. Sure, you can ground into the earth. You can also ground into this. And this can be very, very grounding. This beautiful physicality with all its strengths and magnificence and frailties and sensitivity to heat, sound, taste, touch, smell, fear, excitement, joy, worry, anger, exhilaration, ecstasy, all those kinds of things. There's a lot of wonderful things that come with being physical and being in a body. So this is a great place to ground yourself. So we've got a big bowl here. This is a root and an om bowl. And for grounding today, what I'm asking for is for us to ground into our bodies rather than grounding into the earth. And we've also got a little throat bowl, which is about speaking your truth. So throat here, how we feel, where our voice comes out of us and connects, that's how we meet the world. And when you have a session, a healing and alignment session with the crystal bowls, with a throat bowl or 2 or 3 involved, your voice is different at the end of it than it was at the beginning. It's more resonant. The waveform changes. It comes out of your throat easier. It's like silk. It's much deeper. And the beautiful thing about a deep voice is we are imbued by the people who listen to us with greater intelligence. So we have more credibility when we're using our bass notes, and that's grounding ourselves in our voice. So we're grounding ourselves in our body and we're grounding ourselves in our voice. And also what we've got here is a brow chakra bowl or a third eye bowl, depending on which chakra system most sings to you. I use the Egyptian chakra system because that is the one that speaks to me, and that's the one that I have the deep history of work in. And so this bowl's here because, like this morning's video when it was completely black, and we get these massive influxes of energy, we can't see where we're going with these eyes. We can't see with this kind of sight, but there's a knowing. We can see with another kind of sight. There's a knowing, there's an inner navigation system. So if we anchor into that, resonate with our voice and ground into our bodies, that makes it far easier to handle these periods of massive, massive influxes of energy, like one of my favorite movies ever, Highlander, and that amazing scene where when one of the eternal beings dies and the quickening happens and this amazing lightning from, source blasts through the body of the remaining Highlanders. This will help with that. We're grounded in what we can feel and know at some level is coming, how we speak our truth and connect with the world, and anchoring and grounding and getting really comfortable in our physicality. So I hope that you enjoy take 2 of today's bowl song. I'll just get up 8 minutes on my watch. And it'll be interesting to see if this is an 8-second to 8-minute like the... Oh, I keep looking at the wrong camera. Sorry. It'll be interesting to see if this is an 8-minute, 8-second one like the earlier one was. I'm getting used to this. is our second 8 minutes for today. So welcome back into your body. And it's interesting that we had the resonation of the deep red blood tone colours and the sapphire, beautiful azure like the ocean and the sky colours, and the gorgeous violet, deep, 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 beautiful, majestic colour. Sometimes the bowls have a mind of their own, and I don't know if you probably can't see how little force I'm applying to the bowls as I resonate them, and this one was just singing its head off today. Hardly touched it, hardly touched it. And it would just sing its head off and just sing and sing and sing and sing. So the message from this bowl is, see, I'm nowhere near it and it's still singing. So the message from this bowl is that the most powerful thing for us to do today is ground into the experience of the physical into our bodies and draw comfort from being in our bodies. As spiritual people, there can be a tendency to be in our heads or out of our bodies and not even here. In our bodies is the answer, according to the bowls. And the bowls know. I was working with someone yesterday and it was the great, big, speak your truth throat bowl that just kept singing and singing and singing and singing, and I was hardly touching it. And the interesting thing is when I reflected with that client at the end of the session, they loved that bowl, really, really loved that bowl and didn't want it to stop. So that's one of the things that I can do if you're interested in. We can have on the healing table or on a yoga mat down in the bowls, we can have a deep healing, balance and alignment session. If that's the kind of thing that appeals to you, DM me, please. And also, I can do a little recipe like this for you today, and just 8 minutes. 8 minutes is all you need. They're very, very powerful. And 8 minutes and I can deliver that to you electronically. So something that you're working on, something that you want to focus on, an issue, or is there a bowl that you love and you just want 8 minutes of that? Yeah, give me 8 minutes of my favourite, whatever it is. DM me and I'd be happy to craft that for you. And now it's time for my trusty assistant, the beautiful Layla, who's convalescing, to stop the streaming and stop the recording. So thank you.